The season is coming to an end. There have been plenty of great footballs, but you can only choose 11 in your team this season. The criteria for today is to have at least one player from each of the top 5 leagues. All right, starting with goalkeeper, boys. They've been insane.
Insane. I think this has been the hardest one. I don't know who I'm going to pick for my goalkeeper.
I was doing some research, right? And the first player that came to mind was boring Arsenal. Because they never attack, they never do anything. And I was using the metric of minutes per goal against. And also, obviously, the percentage of save. Also, the point that I think in the team of the season, you should have someone who wins something. And Arsenal obviously bottled everything there was. But only a save percentage of 35. So I was like, that's not so good. I went to the La Liga.
Dog shit.
I went to the La Liga and I see a certain Mr. Jan Oblak with 108 minutes per goal against and a save rate of 41%. So not amazing. And also he didn't win anything. So then I moved to Ligue 1 and there was absolutely no one. So went off that straight away. And then I went to the Bundesliga. I went to the Bundesliga.
There's no one there.
Also, these statistics are flawed.
Yeah, exactly. They don't give you the whole picture.
This is transfer market. This is transfer market 2024.
I don't care what it is. Using
Ellie,
those statistics
you're a
for your
physicist.
goalkeeper
And then-
is
and then-
absolutely flawed.
And then I went to the Bundesliga and I have a certain Mr. Washed that I said should retire. He has a save percentage rate of 50% with 132 minutes per goal against, which is very good, the best so far. But he only has 22 games. But out of those 22 games, he's got 13 clean sheets and only 15 goals conceded.
I'm gonna.
Ernie, what are these stats you're using?
What?
You actually,
What?
these stats
this is
don't
the
make
stats.
sense to choose the goalkeeper.
Wait.
They don't make sense.
Why? Why not?
All those stats could be
What do you
said the
mean, why?
same for the
Because that
defenders.
doesn't. Yeah, it's so much on the defenders. and the system the team plays.
A save percentage is literally all the goalkeeper.
Save percentage is also if the shots, if the team against are shooting from 30 meters because they can't get into the box because of the fucking defenders that they have in the system that they play against.
Okay.
Of course, the save percentage.
Okay,
could
but
be
let
high.
me get to it because obviously I didn't go for Neuer because he only played 22
What
games.
the fuck are you playing with me?
And then I went to the Serie A, and the Serie A has loads of good goalkeepers.
Why did you just say all that?
Because I went through the thought process. I went through the thought process of what I did. I went through all the leagues, and then the final one, I didn't expect this. But there were 3 goalkeepers that this year, in my opinion, were amazing in the Serie A. And these 3 are Meret from Napoli, Zvilar from Roma, and Milinkovic-Savic from Torino. Milinkovic-Savic is definitely the best one in terms of stats, but
United legend.
he won absolutely nothing and they're like 12th. So he's out of the bag. He's not in this. Zvilar, on the other hand, has some really good stats, but they're not winning anything. I've gone for my goalkeeper and my only Serie A pick, Alex Meret in goal. Title winner as well.
Meret.
17 clean sheets and 25 goals conceded with a backline that you can't even name one player of that backline. With a washed backline.
Rahmani
Yeah,
has been insane this season.
Rahmani, bro.
Rahmani has been insane this season.
I've gone for Alex Meret in goal. That's my pick.
Di Lorenzo.
Di Lorenzo's been ass.
Conte.
Yeah, Conte. Wow, it's Conte, bro. Conte's great.
Conte system, bro.
Listen, that's my pick for goal.
It's okay, but your way of thinking through all that is absolutely flawed to the base of it.
No. Disagree.
100%. But honestly, I do think this is a lot harder because I don't think there's been a standout goalkeeper this season. I'm edging towards Donnarumma purely for the fact that he's in the Champions League final. And
Look
he's
at
only
Donnarumma's
conceded-
stats. He's been
conceded
so
36
washed.
goals. He's been conceded 36 goals in like 30
Man,
games.
in 24 games he's played in Ligue 1, he had only 5 clean sheets and a save percentage of 20%. One
But
of
that's
the worst ones.
Luis Enrique is playing insane football.
Guys,
exactly.
Donnarumma is the king of camera saves and really good saves that shouldn't be saved, but he makes so many crucial mistakes.
Donnarumma
so
was
many
crucial against
mistakes.
Liverpool. That game.
Yeah,
changed
yeah,
the entire
100%.
Champions
I
League
remember
campaign.
crucial against Liverpool. Crucial against
Arsenal.
He made so many mistakes in the group
but
stage
now
phase.
in the most important time
When
of the
it
season,
matters.
he's pulling up and he's my goalkeeper.
He's my
I
goalkeeper. I have that.
think you-
Give it
Donnarumma,
to you. Have that.
You guys, honestly, I think that's the
Donnarumma
worst
trying to
pick.
take
That's the worst pick you could make.
Ah, bro, you just nearly picked Neuer. Don't talk.
No,
to
I
me.
didn't pick
Holy
Neuer. I was
shit.
building the tension. All
All right,
let's move
moving on to right back.
Ooh, we're
This
right
is
back
where,
into
for
it.
me, I think this is the easiest. I think this is
This
the
is the
easiest.
easiest.
on-
This is so.
on
I
the grid.
think right
Yeah,
back
on the
and
grid.
left back is the easiest by far.
Is 100% Hakimi.
Habibi.
He's been absolutely insane.
Guys, you're
No,
Nice. This guy brings on Trent Alexander-Arnold. I'm gonna lose it.
You're forgetting 3 players right now. Okay.
3.
Emerson Royale,
Okay.
Calabria, and Jimenez.
Kyle Walker? No, Kyle Walker?
No, Kyle Walker has been injured.
Whoa.
But yeah, I've gone for Hakimi as well. Honorable mention though, Koundé, in my opinion. I debated Koundé.
I like that. I
debated Koundé a little
not
bit. He's got 12 goals and assists, and I think he's also very solid in defense. But I've gone for Hakimi as well.
I think let's get the other easy position out the way. I think we go left back straight away. His partner in crime on the other side of the pitch has to be Nunes.
Yeah, agreed. Another honorable mention, Davies and Keres, honestly. But Keres,
Davies, I swear my man's been injured in that.
Keres? Who's Keres?
What's his name? The Bournemouth Kirkes. The Bournemouth guy.
Kirkes, yeah, he's up there, but he's not.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, and he's not.
He's not playing at the same pressure.
Exactly.
Nunes is literally playing left wing for like PSG at sometimes, where it's crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So why don't we put him instead of Rafinha?
Oh,
spoiler!
spoiler!
Left wing. What? What about Messi?
All right, on to the center backs. I think this is gonna get a bit interesting.
If yesterday I'd gone differently, I would have put Bastoni as one of my center backs. But since yesterday bottled the league, I've gone for a Premier League center back partnership.
Ooh.
I'll leave it at that.
Okay, Warney, I like the way you've been talking about Bastoni, and I do agree. He's been Inter's best player by far, and he's been the best defender in the Serie A by far. With the small bottle costing them the league, I still think this man deserves his spot in the team this season. So my first centre back is Bastoni.
And man, that is absolutely outrageous. I think Bastoni has definitely been the best center back in Serie A, so I went for him as well.
Cheers, Jeff.
And I think yesterday doesn't change anything. Bastoni, as
I
Ernie
agree.
said, Inter's best player. They're in the final.
Instead of Bastoni, I've gone for Saliba.
What? Nah,
Yeah,
my man's
I
been
think-
injured as well, like half the season. Nah.
I think he's better defender
That's
than
enough.
Bastoni.
When was Saliba injured?
Bro, Saliba was always injured, I swear.
Us?
Or he's been ghosted, or he's been completely ghosted. Gabriel's been better.
I agree with that statement, though.
For sure.
I think Gabriel
I think so.
is the center back.
Saliba has been nowhere to be found.
And then my other centre back is the easiest choice, I think, that on this whole list because it's Van Dijk.
Van Dijk
Easiest
is my other
choice.
center back.
Yeah,
Easiest
Van
choice.
Dijk was the first player I put on this team.
The first player I put on this team is my Cam.
Ooh.
Okay, my Cam is interesting.
Okay, well, I agree. I put Van Dijk as well. I don't know why I'm yapping. I did put Van Dijk. Yeah, you've been copying me, huh?
Same-
What is this, huh?
Oh yeah, we have the same back five.
I've gone for a very interesting trio.
I've gone for a very interesting trio.
I've gone for the best midfield trio you can think.
I say
Really?
literally.
I-
you will
I-
cream when you hear this.
I definitely.
You will
have
cream when
now.
you hear mine. You will absolutely jizz your pants.
I think
Alright,
talent-wise, mine is the best.
No, it isn't.
Yes.
No, I think talent-wise mine is the best.
Defensive midfielder. This is when I'm bringing in my Bundesliga player because it is Kimmich at CDM. He has been Bayern's best player in my opinion this season. Better than Olise, better than Harry Kane.
He's been great, but I think there's been players much
No, he's
better
been
than
easily
him.
the
I think there's been many players much better than him.
Oh, man, who did you go for?
So for CDM, I've actually gone for the league winner, pulling all the strings, the next generation Iniesta. It's Pedri.
I was gonna put him in, but I changed it last second.
Yeah, it was
Yasha,
tough to rearrange this. It was tough to rearrange this.
Yeah, so I think me and you are on the same wavelength because I started with Pedri and CDM, but I've gone for Kimmich and CDM as well. I completely agree with what you said, Yasha. Kimmich has been instrumental in Bayern winning the league this season and coming back from a very bad last year.
Who's your center mid, lads?
Now this is where it
I don't
gets
know. I'm
interesting.
thinking of it.
So
I don't know yet.
my center mid is Pedri. I moved him out to center mid and put Kimmich.
Okay. Now my sentiment is a little interesting. You see, I had to think about this tactically. Like you have to think me and the tactics board, like trying to rearrange my midfield so it fits. So for center mid, even though he has been playing up top, scored the first goal to secure Napoli's Scudetto. The main man himself, the redemption after failing at Manchester United. It's my Scotsman, McTominay.
No way you put
Yeah, I think this is
McTominay
when
on this.
just pure re***ation.
What?
Like,
Are you joking? Are you joking?
Listen, he's been impactful, but he hasn't been
Good.
great in
Yeah.
every single minute of the game, like
You guys don't
Pedri
know about-
and Kimmich this season.
Kimmich,
100%.
Conte
This-
found
this-
the best
this-
out of
this-
this
no.
beast and won in the
Yeah,
Scudetto.
yeah, but like that's just so. That's man. That's like one of those.
Eddie,
things
how
that
many
you're on
goals
Twitter
does your
and you see.
midfielder have? How many goals does your midfielder have?
You know why you
that's
put this?
just-
Because every time you look at live score,
Yeah.
McTominay scored
Or you
against
go on Twitter.
I don't
and you see
use
like,
live
oh
score,
my
I
God,
use SofaScore.
McTominay has scored again. Oh my god, he's so good. McTominay has scored.
He's
That's
great.
Yes, daddy.
12 goals in the league, yeah? As a midfielder.
But he hasn't been playing as a midfielder. He plays as a second striker. And if you actually
It's second
watch the game,
striker.
you see-
If you look, Ernie, if you look on the board, like a midfielder has the role of playing a second striker.
No, but if you
He
actually
is
look at the
technically a
games,
midfielder.
he literally plays as a false 9 behind Lukaku.
Lukaku.
Okay, I had to rearrange his position a little bit, but he's still a midfielder. And at the end of the day, he's going in my centre mid spot.
Yeah, that's outrageous. That's worse than any of the other picks so far.
What? You put Saliba centre back, and you're telling me,
Bro, it's worse. That's worse. It's the worst take.
dog.
Yeah, I've got 2 players in mind. For me, it's between Alexis McAllister and Pedri. I think McAllister's been by far the best midfielder in the Premier League for the title-winning team.
True. He's been.
But Pedri has been more influential. I'm gonna go for Pedri.
Let's move on to our cam. Come on, who do you have? Or Yasha, whoever says it
This is where we get a bit fruity. This is where
like getting
I whip out my my Tropicano on the table.
Ooh.
This is where I changed it up a bit to fit the system. Even though he is coming off one of the sides,
Man's put a
I
fucking
had
goalkeeper
to
account.
put Lamine Yamal at camp.
Lamine Yamal cap.
That's
Lamine Yamal is my
Nah.
Yeah. I had to go.
Nah,
That's
that's
so
I had
you know
to
what?
go for it
Okay, just to get better players, I'm gonna put Harry Kane goalkeeper. Just to get
Yeah,
just to
exactly.
get the team
Listen,
in. Oh, that's
yeah,
so
but
stupid.
Wait, Harry Kane's actually played goalkeeper.
that's what I'm saying. That's so stupid.
No, but
you
listen,
can't just
No,
put
Yamal at
Yamal
cam is not stupid.
You
What
can't
do you
just
mean
put
it's
Yamal
stupid?
at cam.
This guy's like a right cam. He goes into central
What?
so much.
I see
You're
your
just an
point,
inverted
Yash,
winger, bro.
But I completely agree with a man. You can't put Yamal camp.
That's
What I
just
did.
cheating.
What I
That's
did.
just
What I did.
like
I don't give a
I
shit.
completely
I don't give a
I
shit.
completely find it
When
fine
I-
switching a
I don't give a
CDM with a
shit.
Okay,
center
you know
mid,
what?
a center mid with a
Because
cam.
I can't
But
not
that's-
include my front 3. I cannot not include these front
Yeah,
3.
and that's
why
and
Yamal's going to.
And that's why
And Yamal has been.
that's why I made the difficult decision and didn't put Yamal on this thing.
Yeah, me
You're
neither.
fucking stupid.
Bro, 18
No.
goals in the league.
They're
What
both
were you on about?
stupid. It don't matter if he's got 18 goals in the league. When you watch him, he's the best player in the world.
I think he's been the best player in the world the last 3 months, not the whole
100%,
season. And
100%.
I made the tough
But that's
decision.
because you
He's
didn't
been
watch
injured.
Barca at the
And
start.
Yeah, and neither
I
did you.
made-
He's been
and I-
injured for like 2 months. What are you on about?
And I made the tough decision to not put him
No,
on. And not
you
put him
can't
on.
not
That
put him
put
on.
him on a
Bro,
cam is
the
it's
recency
just
bias
not
is
a cam.
No, I
crazy.
don't
It's
give a
just not
shit.
cam.
I'd rather put
The
him at camp.
recency-
Okay,
not
okay,
then
you know
you
what?
should have.
I'm
if
changing
you
my
wanted
team
it
It's
so
not the
much,
recency bias.
The
you should have
recency
made the
bias
tough
is
decision
crazy.
and not put whoever you put for your left wing.
Left wing! This guy don't know anything!
He plays
And
more
he's
left
happy
wing
to
than he
be-
did Cam.
He's
What
saying
are you on
Yamal.
about Cam, bro?
Yamal.
Cam is
Yamal left wing.
outrageous.
What are we fucking talking?
But Yamal Cam, what are we talking?
Yeah, he's way more calm than a fucking left wing.
Let me tell you how many games he's played Cam this season.
Go.
0.
Okay. Don't give a shit.
He's played
He-
54
he
games
roams
on the
into that
right
position
wing.
so much. He roams into that
That
position
means
so much. He's
Nunes
like-
is a left winger.
Yeah,
I
This
don't
is
give.
so
I don't
stupid.
give.
This is.
That's-
I
you can tell
don't
this
give.
guy watches
That's a
football
bad
on
take.
pages. It's crazy.
That's a bad take. That's a bad take. I've gone for a cam that I think is actually not been talked about this season, and I've gone for Verts a cam.
Verts.
He's
don't mind.
literally a cam, like, and he's.
I know. I
the best
agree with
player.
that. I agree. He's 100% more of a Cam than
And
Lamine
I- and
Yamal.
I th-
like
and-
when
and
I
I
think of
think-
Cams,
yeah.
Lamine Yamal is the last person I would put.
But now answer me. Who would you rather have at Cam? Verts or Yamal?
I would rather have Verts. What? Yo, Yamal is
So
literally
you're building a
his,
team?
Are you
You'd
dumb?
rather have-
Yasha's
wait,
so
wait, wait,
retarded. Like
wait,
honestly,
wait,
it
wait,
blows
wait.
my mind. This
You're
guy has
building a
never
team?
watched football.
You're building a team. You'd rather have Verts than Yamal at Cam.
Yes,
The-
because
yes,
I want my
because
Yamal on
Verts
the
is
right
a
wing. Because
cam.
his whole game is cutting in. If you don't play him right wing, if you play him central, he doesn't cut
You
in.
don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking.
You
Yash,
don't-
you
Yamal-
actually have
you don't
zero
think-
football
you don't
knowledge.
think Yamal
you
would
watch
be- you don't
football
think
on
Yamal-
Reels. You watch football on FIFA. You don't actually know how football actually works. Yamal, every single
don't-
goal you see this guy play, he starts on the right, cuts in. Yes, he comes into that position, but he doesn't start there. That's how like
You
football
don't
moves
think
about.
Yamal? You don't think Yamal will be good at Cam?
No, I don't think
he
so.
wouldn't be.
You don't think Yamal will be a
I
better
don't
Cam
think
than
so.
Verts?
No, Cam Words is better. Yash, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I completely agree with Hamant on this.
What you mean you can't believe you're saying
Yeah.
this?
Because Hamant, you're usually the one with these takes, bro.
Just wait till you hear my cam.
Yeah,
Just wait till you hear my cam.
The thing is that he doesn't even cut early. Like, he doesn't cut.
Yeah,
He goes to the corner and then he cuts in. It's not like he starts mid and then cuts into the midfield. That's just not.
Yasha
like,
actually
it's
has
just
no
not.
idea what he's talking about.
This is
I don't care.
such a
That's
bad
actually
take.
A Yamal
Such a
that
bad take.
hasn't
That's
played
like
a single
playing
game.
Salah
Such a bad
striker.
season.
Bro.
Such a
That's
better-
actually crazy.
Such a bad take.
A Yamal that hasn't played a single game at Cam this season is better at Cam than Versus.
Haman, who have you gone for, Cam?
Okay, I'm changing my.
What do you mean you're
team
changing?
about-
You can't
I'm
yap about my
changing-
positioning and then change.
Yeah, because if
You
we're
fucking
going for
hypocrite.
carded
Oh,
formations,
but then you're
then
being
let's
a
go
hypocrite.
for
You
it.
can't fucking
Let's
talk.
go for
You
it.
can't talk to me and then do the exact same
Well,
thing
the whole
as me.
point of team this season, yes, is that some people will miss out due to the
So then-
positions they're being played in.
Okay,
That's
so
just
then
a
why
fact.
would you change your team? If you're backing yourself, why are you changing your team?
Because I want to get all the players I want to get in. If that's what we're
then
doing,
why
then
you
let's do
chatting
it.
shit?
Then let's just
why you
read
chatting
11. I'm gonna take my
So then
centre
why you
back-
chatting
I'm
shit?
gonna take my centre backs out and put like Casemiro in.
Sure.
That's okay. I am
he's
actually.
not Yamal.
I've changed my cam. I know who I'm putting my cam.
Who is it then?
All right. So my cam, even though he's played 0 games this season, I'm putting Rafinha in my cam. Solid season,
You know,
Ballon
that's way
d'Or
worse.
contending season. I think
That's
he
way
deserves
worse.
it. He goes
That's
on the
way
left side,
worse.
cuts in, starts scoring the goal where he's running. It's a bit of a central position, so I think he can be put there as a cam.
See, that's a way worse take than mine. Because
How?
Rafinha's always on the back lines, running in behind of the defense.
Yeah,
Yamal's picking
and,
the ball in
and
midfield
do you
positions
know
and
where the
running
goal
with it.
is? The goal is
He's
central,
way-
so he does
he's
come
way-
in central
he's way-
to shoot.
He's way less of a cam than Yamal could be.
No,
Way less.
no, I completely disagree.
I think.
Well,
like
I said with you,
mine-
Yash, I
think
disagree.
mine
I just
is
disagree.
allowable. I think mine is allowable.
I don't think
Allowable.
yours is allowable, but it's better than Haman's right now.
I like how I already just took allowable.
I don't even know if it's a word.
No, allowable. It's allowable. It's allowable.
It's not a
It's
word.
allowed.
It's allowed.
I-
The word is just it's allowed.
Yes, it's better than what Haman said, but both of you shouldn't have done that because that's just.
Yeah,
No,
I
Rafinha- no,
100%
Rafinha,
agree.
I
I 100%
I'm
agree.
not. I'm
But
not
I want to get
allowing
my
Rafinha.
players in. I want to get my players in, so I'm putting Rafinha cam.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? To make it better, I'm actually gonna put. You know what? Rafinha's not cam. I changed my mind again. I'm gonna put Ousmane Dembele at cam.
I don't mind that. I don't
Yeah,
mind that.
I'm putting Ousmane
I don't mind
Dembele
that
at
at
cam.
all.
Solid season for PSG.
That's-
Hasn't played a single game
I
at
don't mind
cam,
that.
but I think he deserves that spot.
I don't mind that. I would have put Dembele at cam as well. I was thinking of that. I don't mind that.
This is just so.
Eddie,
it's
change
so
your cam as well.
cooked.
Eddie,
It's so-
trust,
it's
change
so,
your cam.
No,
trust.
because I think my point clears. I think the point.
I
that
agree
a
with
cam
your
should
point,
be a
Eddie.
cam.
I agree with your
I'm
point.
keeping my list.
So why are you changing it?
Because
That's your
I
fucking
can.
opinion.
Because I
You're
can.
such a little hypocrite.
How am I?
Why
How
are
is
you
it-
changing your
I'm
point?
showing how ridiculous you're being. right
Because
now.
you just argued. No, because you argued with me for like 5 minutes defending your point, and then you do the exact same thing as me. Back
Yes,
your
to
fucking
show how
stand.
stupid you're
Stand
being.
your base.
What that has
Stand
nothing
your
to do with
base.
standing your base, bro. Oh my god.
Of course it
Yash,
is. Of course
Oh
it
my,
is.
I get it's
You-
an early
you-
recording,
it's-
but
it's like
f***ing hell, bro.
It's like yapping against a political leader in your country and then voting for him. You can't be doing that.
I think you both are so cooked. Like the point, I agree. Like I think these players have all been really, really good, and I don't mind if you have them in your right wing or your left wing or your strikers. There's debate there. But a cam should be a cam. You shouldn't put Rafinha.
No,
and
Dembele
Dembele.
cam
I
is fine.
agree.
Dembele cam is
No,
fine
no,
because
no.
Dembele cam is fine.
Let's move on to the front three.
Let's start with right wing. This is Salah.
Yeah.
This is actually I've gone for someone who's actually turned it up recently in the Premier League. I would say lately he's kind of fallen off. Been on holiday a little bit too early, but I would say Salah, yes.
Anthony, honorable mention.
Honorable mention, Anthony. Does
Second half of the season, Anthony. That's true.
Actually, wait. What do we think of saying this Salah season is the best in Premier League history?
It's
like
up there, for
statistically,
sure.
I guess, but Henry's season has been better, and I would even say Ronaldo's season, bro. Just like
Really? I was expecting you to
it's
say
a
that.
double. You want a double? Would you want him to do?
I don't know, in terms of like flair and enjoyment of watching, like it misses something. I don't know if you guys agree.
Exactly.
Like every time I watch
I
him, he
100%
scores
agree.
somehow. He somehow scores and get an assist, but he never looks.
And he's not even going to beat the record, so...
Yeah, and he's not. Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's one game left.
This last game this season for Liverpool is going to be funny as shit. Everything is going to be to Salah. It's going to be Salah versus whatever team they're facing. It's not Liverpool.
And you know
They're
what?
just
Because
trying to get his
everything's gonna go through Salah, he's not actually gonna do anything.
I'm pretty sure they're playing as Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace are going to know.
Yeah.
They're just going to pass to Salah.
Oh my god.
Then that means if you captain Luis Diaz on the left, you get a hat-trick.
Oh, Yasha's
Ooh.
FPL tactics
Ooh,
revealed
FPL
early.
tactics.
Onto the other wing.
I think I'll just read the stats. 18 goals 9 assists in the league, 13 goals in the UCL, 9 assists in the UCL, top scorer and top assister in the UCL, and a Ballon d'Or campaign potentially. I've gone for Rafinha.
What? Nah.
What?
Look, I think his counterpart, Vinicius
As a left
Jr.,
winger,
has been sitting at
You
home
can't put
taking
him out of
shits.
position.
I don't hate a left wing Rafinha. That's not awful.
I
out
don't
of
hate
position.
it.
That's outrageous.
He's
That's
still
outrageous.
You've gone for the same Yasha.
I'm going for a player that has 34 goals and 25 assists this season. It's Rafinha.
That's crazy. I want to go for the man who's Brazilian, plays in La Liga, and has just won the league. It's Rafinha.
Even if Dembele wins the Champions League, I still think it's very close for the Ballon d'Or between those two.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
But Dembele is contending for the Ballon d'Or.
13 goals, 9 assists in the Champions League is insane.
I made the tough call of not putting Dembele on this list
Wow, that's actually great. That's actually
because he's not my striker.
there's actually an argument made to be put Dembele striker because he has played there majority of the season.
Oh, he's my striker.
Okay.
Really?
Okay. I was gonna say.
Dembele is my striker. I think you can't beat my front four. I'm sorry. Yamal, Salah, Rafinha, Dembele.
But-
Suck on these.
on
paper,
paper,
yeah.
on paper, yes, but like
Ah,
on paper, yes, but 2 players are out of position, bro.
I think Ernie and I's team this season completely batters yours.
I think my team this season.
Your
currently
midfield's
is
going to
just
be
like-
empty because Yamal's going to be hanging on the right to receive the ball.
Yeah.
I've got Kimmich and Pedri in midfield.
Yeah, well done.
Oh yeah.
Well done. I've got McTominay and Pedri.
Two
mate.
players.
You
You
got
McTominay.
you've got
I've got Yamal.
Yeah,
Those are the
bro.
fucking differences.
McTominay deserves it. Yamal does.
Yamal or McTominay? What are we
Yamal's
talking
actually
about?
Yamal's not a midfielder.
お前はもう死ん
You
だ
said McTominay's the second striker.
I
You
didn't say
fucked
that.
up.
Ernie said that. I didn't say that.
Ernie said it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why are you
And
coming
he
at
has
me,
the
huh?
second striker. And he asked me the second striker. And you put him in.
And look at him
center-
change his agenda as soon as he found out
Wait,
Ernie
wait,
said
wait.
that one.
Wait,
Oh my god.
Wait.
Oh
You
my
put
god.
McTominay as center mid.
Yeah,
and
he's a
and He's
midfielder.
a second striker.
He's a
this season.
midfielder.
Oh
Let's
my
see how
God.
many games he's
Yeah,
played in.
yeah,
Let's see
yeah.
how many games
he's
he's played
actually
in
played
midfield.
as a center mid. He's been defending up and down.
He has been defending. He has been defending.
Bollocks, man.
He's played more games in midfield than Yamal has cam, mate. His most games in centre mid, 32, and he's played 6 games as a cam and 1 game as a left wing.
It says center mid, but then if you watch the game, he's a
Oh,
fucking
and if you
striker.
watch the game, Yamal is not a cam.
Oh, he's way more of a cam than fucking McTominay's a centre mid.
No, he isn't. Bro, just take
Okay,
the L.
okay,
man. Just
okay.
take the L.
If
There's nothing
if-
wrong with admitting you're wrong. Like, it's okay.
I was gonna go Dembele, but then I wanted to be spicy because I've gone for someone who has been one of the best strikers of our recent generations, and he's finally broken his curse, being the top goal scorer, and also did decent in the UCL. 11 goals is not bad at all. Only 2 behind Rafinha. I've gone for Harry Kane just because he's won a trophy.
Wow.
I
I
had
do
to put
not
him in the team
mind
this
that
season
at all.
because he's broken the curse. He's done the hardest thing there was. He's finally won something.
The person I went for is actually, it depends. I mean, I've changed it around because I don't know if he could play him striker, but I'm going to put him striker just to get an extra player in. So the guy I've actually gone for, he scored, I think, let me do some quick maths here. He's got like 42 goals and assists this season, finally won a trophy. It's the main man, Harry Kane.
Ah, okay.
But if you actually
I-
watch
honestly-
Bayern, he was kind of like a false 9.
Yeah, maybe you could put him at
How are you
cam.
not putting Dembele as striker?
Because I put him cam, mate.
Ernie,
said-
you're
put
not
him
making
cam.
you're not making curry here. We're filming a team this season. Stop being spicy.
No, but honestly, it was out of nostalgia because I was actually really happy that
Nah,
he won the
I'm
trophy.
super happy for Kane as well.
Tell us in the comments your team this season and tell us who has the best out of us 3. And also, could you guess the top 3 scores of all these clubs?